WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit. The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of WHPS, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.
There's a new financial empowerment center located in the Wayne County Treasurer's Office on the 5th floor of 400 Monroe in Detroit.
If you or someone you know needs help with their finances, budgeting, and making monthly payments, the Detroit Financial Empowerment Center can help.
Wayne Metro Community Action Agency has counselors ready to provide free one-on-one counseling to help you address issues related to utility bills, taxes, and other financial matters. We can also help you improve your credit score.
And good morning, everyone. It is a Friday once again, and let's see, what is the date today? 8, 9, 10. This is the 12th of November. I want to wish everybody a happy Friday, and if you were looking for the weekly broadcast of the Ask Welfare Rights program, you found us. My name is Maureen Taylor. I work with Michigan Welfare Rights, and the whole country, the whole county, the whole state, and the whole city is in a hot mess of COVID and all kinds of other things. So you're going to be greeted officially by Marion Kramer, who is the National Welfare Rights Chairperson. So Marion, please say good morning to our listeners.
Good morning. It's so good to be able to be out today. I'm going to go straight to what you need to do in order to participate in this program, and we hope that you guys will be calling and bringing us up to par on what you know about our municipality. So, the numbers to call in is, you see them at the bottom of the screen here, or you can call in at 868 0342 or 868 0351. 868 366. Oh, wait a minute, did I miss that? 868 4336. The website is www.tv33whpr.com. So bring out those pencils. This, if you didn't forget what a pencil look like, this is a pencil.
That is an ink pen.
This is a pencil also.
That still looks like an ink pen to me.
Put your
it's blue.
Where are your glasses?
Well, wherever they are, I can tell the difference between a pencil and an ink pen.
I like colorful things, you know. So that is ink pen and whatever she wants to call it. So let's get going, Maureen, and we could stay here almost all the mess that is going on. We could we could be at this at sitting here for the next 3, 4, 5 days talking about that.
A lot of stuff going on.
So please call in.
Mr. Engineer, did you hear your doorbell ringing? Just make sure you heard somebody ringing. Well, Mary, there's a lot of things. You know, Daryl Jordan is out of town.
Yes.
And he's in Scotland. He might be back by now, but he's there because there's an international convention. It's not a convention. It's a meeting, a conference on climate issues. And, you know, it's just so many things on the agenda. I know Welfare Rights, we've got some people that work on climate issues and environment things. You know, you had a package that was sent to Sylvia that you took to her yesterday, and it was some reading materials, some preparation materials in there that she's supposed to get ready for a series of conversations around the environment. And when you think about the pollution You know, we just don't get a chance to get involved in that sort of thing on a regular basis. And when that comes up, and we've got Sylvia that's on the community council for that, and then you just wonder, you know, at what point are we going to be able to make things better when these corporations have no intention, none, of stopping whatever it is that they do to pollute. They have no intentions of stopping. So the dirt, the air, water, you know, whatever they
Put their filthy hands on.
Yeah, making their profits if it means that the soil is damaged or the water is damaged or the air is damaged.
Stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie had told me, go and eat your breakfast, Mom. And I did. And afterwards, she went and gave me my medicine. Maureen, I was trying to rush out of there and make sure I didn't, because I don't like make folks wait too long. But I turned the faucet on, and the first thing I smelled was lead. And I had put a little on my tongue. I said, look, I don't want to be sick today. I said, I'll go without this mess.
Drinking the water.
And it's terrible. It's one of the worst smells that you could have in your household. And if it's in my household, then it's in the household next door and all the way down the block, you know. That is because these folks have been robbing from us for a long time and blaming us for, you know, what has came out. We exposed that mess.
Now, where do you all think the lead poisoning came from? Have you figured it out yet? Are you all still looking at it?
They still working on it. Good thing Sylvia took up that responsibility to be with them all, you know, most of the time. Because you're talking about a lot of meetings, you know, and I know.
Yeah.
I know they wish you and I would go sit down somewhere and leave them alone. But I'm going to tell you that the class is slowly creeping up. So you're going to have a lot of us soon.
Well, I know the governor has put $626 million
That's right.
in the Flint pot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a figure equally high going to Benton Harbor. And she has made the commitment that in 18 months, all of the Benton Harbor pipes, you know, small city, all of the pipes in Benton Harbor are going to be swapped out. They're going to be all changed out. Mm-hmm. And the lead lines and whatnot taken out with and replaced by lines that are not full of lead. And, you know, of course, the president is trying to get the Build Back Better plan set up. The infrastructure part of it has already been approved. And so now across the country, there's supposed to be work groups and whatnot set up to fix infrastructure. And Marion, I recall so clearly, you specifically, and I'm talking years ago when you used to raise this question, the CCC camps they used to have, mm-hmm. where they would hire or have open hiring for unemployed or folks that needed a job that paid more. And across the country, those groups of people were hired to repair roads, fix pipes, bridges, and, you know, there was an economy that was developed off of that. And people were able to live. They, you know, one group went and built houses. Water was good, you know. And people were, well, I don't know. We're talking about in the 30s, 1920s and 30s. Those probably were the same pipes that they, but at the time didn't know. Mm-hmm. You know, but all of the infrastructure needs were being corrected. And I can hear you so clearly talking about if we could get somebody to start focusing on infrastructure and making those repairs to the pipes, making those repairs to the roads, fixing those bridges, imagine the number of people that could be hired and our economy would be better. Caller, hold on just one moment. Marion, you want to respond to that?
Yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah, yeah.
And people look at us like we were crazy.
Yeah.
I remember Yvette and I constantly, and I still be having that feeling. We had to go back and forth to Lansing all the time for welfare days. And what happened is,
Just a moment, caller.
what happened was we said, look, you should include in some of these things that you're doing the building of the infrastructure, rebuilding of the infrastructure.
Yeah.
They didn't care about that, Maureen.
Yeah, it wasn't not a priority at the
It
time.
was not a priority, but you let some
Yeah.
capitalists walk up there and say, we need to do that, and watch they start breaking their necks to do it.
Caller, you've been very patient. Thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights. Caller, and you are on the line.
Grand Rising.
And good morning, and we are ready for the Highland Park report.
And I'm ready to give it to
Good
you.
morning.
Thank you.
Did you cook breakfast for us?
Oh, I just had coffee and cinnamon roll. You're welcome to some if you'd like it.
No, thank you.
All right.
Hi, at the Ernest T. Ford Recreation Center, 10 Pinkin, Highland Park, Michigan. There's a free COVID-19 vaccine scene. Monday and Wednesday from 2 to 8 p.m., Fridays and Saturdays 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., offering first, second, and booster shots. Vaccines available for ages of 12 and up. Walk-ins are welcome, and this is in partnership with the Mayor Yap, State of Michigan, Wayne County Health, Say Detroit Clinics. That's once again at the Ernest T. Ford Recreation Center. Free COVID-19 vaccinations. Walk-ins welcome. Mondays and Wednesdays 2 to 8. Fridays and Saturdays 9 to 3. Get your boosters and your vaccines.
All right, now that's a little different than your report last week. Are you saying it is not age-related anymore if you're 12 and over? And, of course, 12 to 18 has to have a parent or guardian with them. But if you're 31 years old and you want to get your first shot or your booster shot, you can do that now?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Highland Park.
Yeah.
All righty, so now Mondays and Wednesdays from 2 to 8, and and Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Mondays and Wednesdays 2 to 8 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay, Friday, 9 to 3. All right, no Tuesday action.
No Tuesday. Now Tuesday child got full of grades.
Okay, well, that's really good because now it appears as if everybody's clear that folks need to get these doggone shots, these booster shots, and as quickly as they can so we can do something about 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000, Miss Linda, last Thursday and Friday in the state of Michigan, it was recorded 10,000, more than 10,000 infections over 2 days. 5,000 brand new ones every day. Just unconscionable what's going on.
Oh, my goodness. I still go into stores and gas stations, and people are walking around with no mask.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen it. So let's make sure that everybody understands this. From 12 to 17, I guess 18, you have to have a parent or guardian with you. You can go to the Highland Park Rec Center up there on Picton, and Mondays and Wednesdays from 2 until 8, get your first shot or your booster shot. Now, is that Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson?
Yes, ma'am. All three medications.
All right. Sounds like a plan. All right. That's wonderful news, and that means for anybody else, Navarre, anybody else, Miss Bernice,
You young people, because
you can go get your booster. Go ahead.
If you notice, a lot of the population are young folks, like around Navarre and all of them ages. And look, we want y'all to have a better world than what we have, but you're not gonna have that if you don't go. If you play around, it ain't playing around. This is something that you have to. You don't
play with.
don't play with at all. You go and get those shots.
All right,
Please
well,
go and get them.
the booster shot. Now, at our church, Miss Linda, last Tuesday, we had the Moderna shot was available. Health department popped up, and so homeless people that needed to get the first shot or the second shot or the booster, they were able to go right there. And one of our welfare rights members called, and we sent the message around. So a lot of people got the shot, but it's still not enough. In Detroit, we're not doing anywhere near what we need to do. And Miss Linda is starting to get cold outside. So now situations are going to be worse, and because they're going to be wanting to stay inside.
I've got one more update if you'd like. It's on turkeys.
Yes, we need update information on turkeys.
Oh, turkeys. Not calling you a turkey, but thank you.
I've been called worse than that.
All right.
There's a drive-through giveaway today, Friday, November the 12th, from 9 to 12 at Second Ebenezer Baptist Church. And that's at 14601 DeQuinder in Detroit. State-issued ID required and verified.
So that's today from 11 until...
From 9 till 12.
From 9 till noon.
Mm-hmm.
Today only.
Today only.
Oh,
now,
boy.
Highland
Well,
Park, I'm still checking to find out if turkeys will be available to the Recreation Department, 10 Pinkett. But they have been for forever. But I have
Okay.
not received who's donating yet. When I get that information, I'll give you that turkey news for Highland Park, too.
Very good. Let's make certain
Thank you.
everybody knows. Unless you're listening to the program right now, you may not know. From 9 to noon today, drive up. You have to have some kind of a state ID. Over at Second Ebenezer Church, 14001. 5 numbers. 14601. I said it wrong. 14601. 5 numbers. DeQuinder. 14601 DeQuinder. If you want a turkey today, you can go there to the church, and I'm sure they'll have it worked out. I know Pastor Van over there. They'll hook it up for you, open up the trunk, open up the back seat, or whatever you got. If you got one of those, we call that sunroof, open it up so they can throw that turkey in the sunroof, and it'll get in your car. You can drive it to wherever you want to drive it. Miss Linda, is that all of the Highland Park report you can share with us today?
Just to add one more thing about this turkey giveaway today.
Go ahead.
It's 1 turkey per household and 4 turkeys maximum per car.
4 turkeys.
Yes, one turkey per household. And so you got 4 folks all sharing rides. 4 turkeys maximum per car.
Okay, 1 turkey per household, and per car, no more than 4. So if you pick up 3 of your neighbors, you can get 1 turkey each.
That's right.
Thank you, Miss Linda, for, as always, an accurate and important piece of information. Thank you for the Highland Park report.
Thank you. Love you both.
And take care, ma'am. I'll see you soon.
That's right.
All right. Well, Marion, already it's a hot time this year. I know people are talking about the cost of food is so much more
it is
expensive.
high.
So where we used to be able to get 50 or 60 turkeys and take them to 2 or 3 different places, those numbers might be cut in half this year. I have not started to get the bulk of the telephone calls that we generally get for turkey giveaways, but I think that information will be coming probably Monday or Tuesday of next week.
If you remember, we used to get turkeys for Thanksgiving and turkeys for Christmas.
Well, those days...
So we're going to have to see what's available now and see if that's going to happen this time.
Well, people used to go down to Gleaners, remember? And go to Gleaners and get discounted turkeys and take them to different places. But we're starting a quick conversation, Marion, about the economy. And I know you and I were talking a little bit about this yesterday. One of the signs of inflation, and that means people are charging more for goods and services because they can. And once, what's the phrase? If the demand goes up, So if more people want to buy an ink pen that last year cost 50 cents and the demand goes up, the owner of the ink pens can now sell them for $1.50, and that's legal. As far as, I think we're concerned, that is the height of illegality. Yes, why would you be trying to charge people more when you know people have less money? So one of the big indicators is what's going on at the gas stations. And Ms. Bernice took a picture the other day of a gas pump on the West Coast, and it was $5.19 a gallon. I just oh my God,
That's outright criminal.
Oh boy, and as cost of living going up,
and the
chances of living going down, and to realize this. But then the way Channel 2, 4, and 7, the local channels talk about it, is that there's nothing we can do about it. Well, it is.
Don't talk enough.
Well, it is something we can do about it. We can organize some protest about that.
All those people that be talking about it a lot.
2, 4, and 7.
You're going to have a turkey on your table. So, remember all the people that won't be able to have turkeys and whatever else they have on their tables. Keep it going until some results come.
And we're talking about gas, and gas going up so high. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing we can do about that. And I think it is. If we stage a protest, a demonstration, and tell people to come over here for 30 minutes, 1 hour at the Exxon station, or come over here to the Mobile, or come over here to whatever station, and with some signs that say, we protest the rise in gas prices. What are you doing this for? These oil companies making billions of dollars, and now because the demand, people are now starting to be interested, Marion, in getting in their car and going someplace, getting on an airplane and going someplace. Mm-hmm. And the gasoline, that's what AAA is saying, because more people are now traveling by car as COVID gets better. I don't know where COVID is getting better. It ain't getting better nowhere around in Michigan. I don't know, but that the gas prices are going up because more people want to get in the car and take the kids to wherever it is that they're going. But, we could do something. We could raise our voice about this and say we're going to boycott all the Exxon every Monday. Nobody go get you. We could do something like that. Just a moment, caller.
We can make sure they understand that the people of Michigan are not going to take your mess lying down no more.
We can make a comment. Caller, you've been very patient. You are on the air, caller. Thank you for calling. Ask Welfare Rights. Caller, you are on the air.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising, you're back. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes. May I give an example of price gouging in Highland Park recently?
Yes, we want to hear that. Go ahead.
Last Saturday, my cousin passed, so I wanted to take chicken to the family, to feed them, right?
Sorry to hear the news. Go ahead.
Right. Nobody feels right cooking during that time. So I went on the website of Manhattan Fish and Chicken here in Highland Park. And they had 20 pieces of chicken, 20 pieces of fish, a pound of fries, 4 biscuits, and 4 cups of Kool-Aid for $48.
Okay.
So I said, okay, let me go on over there. Mm-hmm. I called. I placed my order. I waited half an hour, went to Manhattan, and the cashier said $68. I said, $68? That's not what the menu read. He said, well, ma'am, we don't charge the prices that on the menu. I said, what? Are you kidding? So then he had a menu in front of him. I said, pick up that menu and tell me how much that price is. He says, we don't charge the prices of the menus. I said, well, I don't want that chicken. I went to Kentucky Fried. I got a bucket, went to Captain Jay's, got some fish, and got a couple pops. Then I came home after visiting my cousins delivering the food. I went on the Consumer Protection Agency website, and I filed a report.
And you should have.
Yes.
That's gouging.
Yes.
They tell you one price, another price, the same price is written on the menu, and when you get there, it's $15 or $20 higher. They should be reported.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for that example.
So watch out for Manhattan Fish and Chicken. Now, the store was crowded,
And we
too.
were some of the best customers for them.
They don't care
That's
nothing
right,
about
Mary.
that.
Don't we always go there?
But I know we
Gouging now.
We know how to turn the thing around.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for that example, dear.
You're welcome.
All right,
Love
thank
all.
you now. Okay. Marion, I was at the gas station there on Hamilton and is it Manchester? Right there on the corner, down the street from where Saunders Bakery used to be. And I went in there, and the sign, this was yesterday, the sign said gas regular was $3.09. And it's $3.19, $3.29, $3.39, $49, $59 at other places. But I happened to, I was going down to welfare rights, so let me pull in here. So one or two cars, I pulled up, paid my little money, and went to the pump. And you know what they have is the square buttons. Yeah. And one says regular, mid, and then super. All they had was the button for super. And it was not $3.09. Lying. So I went back in.
That's robbery, Maureen.
Hey, I went back in and I said, well, do all of these pumps only have super gas? Well, why do you ask? I said, because the sign said $3.09 for regular. You don't have regular gas here? He said, well, most people prefer super. So I raised my hand. I said, well, I'm not most people. I want to know which one of these is $3.09. That's what it said on the post. And he told me, well, ma'am, the only thing you could do is push the dispensing button that's available on the pump. $3.09 is for regular. $3.19 is for super. And how'd he tell me? It's not that much difference between the two. I told him that's not the point. The sign said, oh, yes, ma'am, I understand. So I left.
He was there. He wanted you to.
But that's what Miss Linda's talking about, gouging. However it happened, I guess you could snap the dispensing signs off of the gas regulators, the gas meters, and that's what happened. I was so sick of that,
Everywhere we turn.
Yeah.
Their hands, they nasty hands are in
these corporations.
That's right. Everywhere we turn.
I see you have the Welfare Rights newsletter out. Were you going to say anything about the DTE article or something?
No, I wasn't going to say nothing so much about that.
Let people know we have one.
I want you to, if you're interested in receiving one of the newsletters for Michigan Welfare Rights.
Now be careful about what you about to say.
Why?
You said if you're interested in receiving. Be careful what you about to promise
be careful
now.
these days about that.
Yeah, what are you about to promise?
We're wonderful information, and it keeps you up on what's going on, and also in the state and nationally. You need to call our number
313-964-0618. 313-964-0618.
It would keep you up on what's going on in the city also, and we're not those regular papers that are put out that the capitalist controls. So, get this information where you can be talking even to your, if you have a block club, you can sit up one evening and talk about this newsletter and get more newsletters.
We talked about block clubs on the way here today.
Oh my
and
God,
I remember when we still had community-based victim restitution, CBVR, Sandra Green, so many people that over there off of, what's that pastor's name? Luther. You remember him? Such a
he was
wonderful
man.
Lutheran pastor, passed away of cancer early, boy. What street were we on? We were on East State Fair. and
You
DeQuinder.
were,
Well,
yeah.
that's where the office was. DeQuinder and some of those streets over there, 48203, were the areas that were represented with block clubs that were some of the strongest block clubs in the city. And they were out there cleaning up the debris in the streets, if that was the issue, making certain that, I mean, I can't even remember the things that they used to do, but you had to go to and through that block club, those block clubs, if you wanted things done in that northeast area of the city. And I remember Highland Park used to have very strong block clubs.
Yes, for the longest, and all of a sudden it started dying away. But let me tell you, it was Linda was at. We were talking about the situation at my home. You know, of what happened last week.
The break-in.
When the break-in came, we said it's time to go back to our not only our block clubs, but for people to do what General and Papa Earl used to do, and that was watching the neighborhood and knowing who has moved into the neighborhood. You know, at one time, Maureen, and it's not only the block club, but when people would move into a neighborhood, you would welcome them. Well, you know, it's time to turn this stuff around because, you know, you don't know how many, they give a quote might be so many senior citizens in the community and stuff like. Well, when the last time did either one of us, visit them? I'm not, now they ain't gonna let you in their house, but at least step by and ask, are you doing all right? Can we drop off something to you? You know, and find out who is in this neighborhood and who has decided that they need to put their hands on my doorknob. And they didn't put it on the doorknob. It was towed my door up in the back. Who gave them the right to steal from me? Why don't you go learn who the real enemy is and talk to them about what's going on? But I think I told you this last week that my grandson, that's Kadisha's son, said, tell my granny I think they trying to push people out of Highland Park. And here, you know, those kids, they're not ready to leave no Highland Park. So, you know, the block club is something that we can start doing.
And it's going to be hard to do now, though.
Yeah.
Because of COVID. We have been pushed into the world of Zoom.
Yeah, well,
the world of conference calls.
People know how to organize when they need to.
They'll have to.
They know how to get together.
Because this is a new day now.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And you know that might be good for folks like me. Our fingers, because we do have Arthur who be slapping us in the face and on the side. Mr. Arthritis, messing with us. So let's look into that in the communities again, and let's start coming back together. As I'm not saying going to people's homes. That's up to you what you're gonna do and that type of stuff. But let's call the block clubs back out. And watch everybody that be out here for the next for voting and stuff like that. They can do a lot of that in the block clubs.
I remember first time I heard wasn't first time one of the times I heard the folks at New Era talking about their strategies, and that's not too long after they were just getting started and organizing, and they talked about securing a critical mass of voters and going door to door to get people pre-COVID, this long before COVID showed up, right? And talking about going door to door to introduce themselves to neighbors. And is there anything in particular you might need? You got a broken door and that kind of stuff. And I thought that was so wonderful. And certainly a blast from the past, because that's the way folks used to organize, and they did that for months and months and months. Had a, had a list of addresses and names and phone numbers and exchanged information. So if the people in the community they were working with needed something, they would be able to have several telephone calls telephone numbers that they could use to call folks, and how, what a wonderful idea. And because we don't have that kind of cohesion, we don't have that kind of knowledge about who your neighbors are like we used to. When we have elections, we're on our own. I remember when Coleman and them, that's the, I don't mean to sound like I'm disrespecting him, but for years, that's what I used to call him, Uncle C. And I remember when Coleman sent people to those public housing locations. You remember that? Mm-hmm. And they go to Smith Homes, and Miss Byers was in the ruling over there at Brewster. And that guy, I can't think of his name, over there at the Chrysler, that's not the name of him, but over there, Chrysler 75.
Yeah, I know where Chrysler
I don't remember what the name of that development was. Parkside was way east, and West Warren Apartments, and all of the public housing, Herman Gardens, Ruth, and those folks that just were in charge. And if you wanted something to happen, running for office or something like that, you needed to go to one of those women, one of those men, asked to be make a presentation at that function. And they just ruled whatever the public housing was. And look at, there were rules. All of the tenants had to have a tenant association. And look at how bit by bit by bit, talking to Ruth's daughter, it's been 6-7 months ago now, there ain't no more tenants association at Herman Gardens, which is now called Garden View Estates. Ain't no more tenant association at Brewster. There ain't no more Brewster. They moved them and started calling them something else now. Ain't no more Parkside tenants. What's that guy's name? Henry Haygood. When he was over the housing department, we went over there to check him, and he started running, remember? And we started chasing him. Remember, he running through the front door?
But he couldn't run that fast.
Well, he did run that day, because we didn't catch him, remember?
Right.
He ran through the front door of public housing, told the people, open up the back door. We was right on him, running through houses and running through the neighborhoods.
I bet he didn't
looking
mess
for that
with
guy.
us no more.
Well, he is so sick now.
He is? I thought the man was
it's been
gone.
about a year. No. But I'm remembering that when we were cohesive, when we were together,
tight state.
and we were still tight, and going to neighbors and knowing who lived in what house, and who was coming to visit you and who was coming to case the joint, and all that kind of stuff. And look where we are now, Marion. And how did that happen? Bit by bit, what happened?
Each city, each
community
lost a block club. Now, I'm not saying all block clubs are closed down, but those that are left, that are still around, help other folks to organize the block club. Those of us that's still around that was a member of a block club and what have you. Let's start getting it out, because this is the way we can have people to understand what the water crisis is all about. Who's leading those? Is the capitalists figure that they're the ones that should own the water. So, but we need to get together and find out what's going on in our community. I'm not saying that you come into a school. I'm not saying like that. You come in to be with your members of your people in your neighborhood, and knowing what's going on in our neighborhood.
Block clubs were the foundation of the power.
Yes, it was.
And they were for a long time. And as we, pump up this idea about maybe block clubs should try to reform, I don't mean it like that, should try to get themselves together again. And I just asked the question, Mary, maybe block clubs are not the answer. Maybe a new form of organizing has to happen. I have a comfort level with Zoom calls, but I am so tired of them now. I'm up to my eyeballs in clicking
nonsense.
on the Zoom stuff,
some of the nonsense
and so much. If you don't have a computer, now you have to get on the phone, and the loss of being able to see people face to face. It just really means a lot. So I wonder,
that doesn't mean that it's a hard thing to get people together. You can take that Zoom and these young people will show you how to do it, and show you if you want a block club, then okay, we're gonna show you who Maureen, this is gonna be your week to speak at the block club. I mean, run the block club meeting. Linda, this is your week to run your block club. You know, they can organize.
New
That's the way that we can go. And two, it become a much of a security thing for the seniors. And if they learn, you know, we learn more and more how to use those computers and what have you. But the thing is, you building apparatus as a block club that Maureen, like you said, that's going to hold the power on all of these nonsense that's been ruled by folks that don't even give a hoot about us.
Well, you know, maybe that's an assignment, and that's why I'm asking. Maybe block clubs are not the answer. But maybe what we might think about, and that's welfare rights, getting in contact with the folks at New Era. And what I'm told is that their organizing strategy now is mostly about being on Facebook. Well, that means that's a whole contingent of people that are not going to be involved. But I can't think of that young man's name. He's just a wonderful young man. We brought him here a couple of times. But maybe that's an assignment that we can give to New Era. Yeah. And we want them, here's $50, and go buy you some food and have a wonderful event and put some turkey and some fish and all that. And
Maureen,
then
wait a minute, just a moment, Maureen.
I got an idea.
You got an idea, but we don't have to dive into the turkey list right now.
I wasn't talking about the turkey list. Okay,
Yes, you
I was
are.
talking about pulling together a dinner for them and putting together the chicken, the turkey, whatever else, and have them eat, and then we go and talk to them about, while they're having their lunch or their dinner, here's an assignment, and we want, like you used to do on Mission Impossible, we want to know if you will accept this assignment. Will you go door to door
You see Maureen
in this
look at
neighborhood
TV a
right
lot.
here? You know, well, what else could we do over the last 2 years? We couldn't go. You the one that kept trying to send people someplace to have a meeting face to face. And, you know, no, we're not going there, Marion, you know. But to maybe get a New Era to look at a particular neighborhood.
A program.
And go there and organize the community like the Black Panthers used to do. Remember that? Black Panthers used to go to neighborhoods and
That's
put
what
out flyers. And
It wasn't just Black Panthers. Michigan Welfare Rights used to go to the neighborhood.
I'm
we're
talking
getting
about
back
the
to it.
Black Panthers that had free lunch.
That's the same as this.
Yeah, what I'm saying. The first time I ever heard of anything like that was from the Black Panthers. And got the kids coming to the rec center and serving grits and toast. And first it'd be 10 kids, then the next week 1,010 kids, you know. So, I don't know, maybe what we need to be looking at is some new forms of organizing, you know. You gonna sit back there in your chair?
Let us first, and you do the same thing next week. When you come to listen to the program, I want you to call in and tell me how many people you were able to talk to in the neighborhood. We got a thing going on still over here in Highland Park. Over the petition drive around the water. You know, and the money that
The courts awarded.
the money that is owed to Highland Park. And, you know, I heard that the governor is trying to do something, but, you know, this has been going on for over 20 years or more. And how many governors have we had up there?
3, 4.
It's criminal. A lot of you didn't even know about the money that was owed to Highland Park. So, you know, it's that type of stuff that just irks me that, you know, the community, they didn't find a way to keep the community quiet and don't you
Yes.
say nothing. My mama and my grandmother and all of them used to make sure the community was quiet when people went to sleep. But they were a part of different organizations and made the community safe for the rest of us.
Well, I think the conversation that we're having, 868-433-6868, 0351-868-0342, we're down to about our last 20 minutes. And I think the conversation we're having is 20 years ago, 30 years ago, these were standards. These were things that were set up in the community. And you knew them and you had a comfort level with that. And when the colleges were exploding, we don't want to go to war. And the tuition is too high. And they were out there demanding black studies. Now we got a big fight around something called critical race theory. Let's don't teach in colleges. That's the only place where it comes up. We don't want college courses that deal with the history of America connected to African Americans. We don't want to hear or talk about the history of America connected to Native Americans. We don't want to hear, white people in Appalachia. We don't want to hear about how badly they were treated. And when the Tennessee Valley Authority came through Tennessee and split the neighborhood and took all those houses and built the dam and told the other people that we don't give a damn about where you go. This kind of stuff. And all of that. And the folks that stepped up, nope, we're not having it. Coal miners raising big sand. What's her name? Bessie Corbett. Raising big sand. Here come the League of Revolutionary Black Workers. Here come Jen. Here come Wooten. Here come Marion. Here come Gracie. Here come, what do you used to call that girl? Betty Boo? I forgot what y'all used to call her. All of them. No, we are not going to tolerate this stuff right here. And organize and change the way the world was working. Ron March. Change the way Waistline, Alonzo, Rob, all of that, Johnny Boy.
And all
change
the young
the
people
world.
that were a part of the Black Student United Front. I mean, it was...
Daryl Dawkins used to be. You remember that name?
Yeah, he's
Yep.
still around.
Daryl Dawkins was a member of the Black Student Union at Michigan State. Where was he?
He was at State.
Okay. Yeah, and picket lines, Marion.
It was all that. But the thing is you need to get
What
out and
happened?
organize, and that's good history for young people and their parents. What went on in order for you to probably be where you are now. The other thing, Maureen, is we need to bring
Maybe they don't have the vision. Is that what it is?
They got
Don't
to get the
have,
vision soon. They don't want to wait around
Don't
and
know
have
what
to
happened?
be buried with the vision. We need to start bringing some of these people in and interviewing them and let them tell their story.
Tell the history.
Let to tell their story. If you can't make it here, go over to GBI. Look and tell the story. Maureen was a wild little old girl. Wow. You hear me all up on it. I said,
I was on the roof.
I said, that girl and lost her mind.
No, I was tired of this discrimination. I was
And
tired of this mess.
so let's come together, and if you could feel the power that be you black, white, green, or yellow, that you hold within your hands, if you just feel that power by being among the folks that are fighting for a better society, you will feel good.
I remember we was on the picket line, and a young man came up, never met him before. He started walking in the line with us, and he walked, and we was out there an hour. He stayed out there an hour, and, who is this? We didn't know. And it turned out later on it was Ryder Bush, remember? Showed up in front of the state building and been with us ever since.
Call them out.
And well, I remember when Agnes and them first started getting involved.
That's right.
And call them out. And what's his name? We lost him. Oh, Linda's boyfriend. It'll come back to me.
Yeah.
But all of those folks, and so many of them have passed on. But the fight, very good. The fight that was involved. And we're not going to take our houses being taken for taxes.
Oh my God!
We are not going to
sick of
just
that.
a list of things that we were able to engage. And that's when we had Miriam Mahaffey.
Oh my God.
That's when we had Irma Henderson. And boy, some of those council people.
And they were not out there. One thing about these council people, when we set up Tent City, they were not out there to say, I'm Marianne the Happy. No, you didn't even know Marianne was among the crowd.
She
sent her staff to one of those stores to get what are the things you can turn on when the lights generator.
I remember.
We
So
knew
cold.
she was there. And
Sarah Gleischer.
yeah, Sarah,
Okay,
all of
remember
them.
that
I
name.
mean, they were out there
Terry Halcutt.
every day checking on people and making sure
Bringing food.
that they're doing okay. They were not there for you to pat you on the back. I mean, you pat them on the back. No, they made sure that they were a part of what was going on.
And that's what happened to us when we took over
Brewster.
not
Brewster.
Romulus. I'm talking about the Romulus
no.
Welfare Office.
Oh my God.
And what was that?
We were there
$1? What was it trying to take away? $1 of food stamps? Something. And
that was in that one at that time.
what were they trying to take from us?
I'm thinking about what we did. Oh, okay. We took over the welfare office over there on the east side.
No. I want you to stick with the one on Romulus because
was-
they made us stay there for 5 days.
Yeah.
That's what but I forgot what you were mad at them about.
Uh,
Something about food stamps,
It
wasn't
was
it?
food. Not only, it was more than food stamps. People were not being correctly served.
Okay.
And work. I mean, they were catching pure hell.
And-
People started calling in off the radio, saying, talking to us.
And we went out there, and Diane was still alive.
Oh, yes.
And Diane jumped up on the counter and said, "This MF is gonna stay open 24/7." And I thought, well, I guess we here now.
What's her name that passed away?
You know?
That said, and we all sitting in these in these chairs that feel like prison chairs.
Oh man, I know you mean Freddie. That wasn't
That
Freddie, was
wasn't
it?
Freddie, no.
I can't remember.
Oh,
well, here
my-
we were out there, and it was announced all over the place, and we
People started
had a
bringing
sign
food.
up, and they were bringing food, and then we were wondering, where's the Romulus police?
They told us to leave us alone.
We've been here for a day and a half. Where they at?
They had more.
But I'm talking about after a while, we start calling. What's wrong with y'all? Ain't you coming to arrest us? We've been out here 2 days. What you doing?
No, we
and,
weren't moving.
And you might not have been moving,
I
but
didn't
if I
move.
had to sit in that chair one more night,
Yeah.
and then here come the third day, and the Inkster police, remember they were sending their family members
Yes.
over there
Yes,
to get their
yes.
cases done. My food stamp case wasn't done right at
I mean,
midnight.
it was a lot of people.
Come on in, and we fix it up and all that. I think by day 5, we was about. I don't know about you. I
was
was
worn out.
done.
Saying,
Say,
close.
look, you got to come here and arrest us. What the heck is wrong with y'all? We've been here 5 days
Now,
and
we
5
didn't-
nights, and finally the state police came. Remember?
We trying to
Ooh,
but they
Lord.
didn't. Well,
Well, they took us out of the building,
Uh-huh.
and the only
But
thing they asked, are you gonna resist? Yeah, I'm gonna resist. I'm gonna resist the moment where I need you to help me go out of here, 'cause my legs are not working no more. And man, after 5 days, Lord have mercy, that was rough.
We had 2 out there. That was the second one.
What was his name?
Uh,
that director.
And the director was
that,
Di-
the black guy. Last name began with a W.
a D.
You know?
A D.
Okay, I'm thinking Wallace or
we would
Watkins or
and he
something.
he didn't have no respect for the people out there. When
Mm-hmm.
he didn't care whether you live or die. You know?
Well,
I know how we got out of there. We had they finally told us they wrote us up, and we after we left there, we had to drive downtown because what's his name that was chasing the head of Chrysler at that time, the guy that wrote the book on Flint.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you know, Mike, something like that. But anyway, he was had invited us to come to see the film.
But that's not why we left Romulus.
And now, Romulus,
Is that what you're talking about? Why we left there?
No, that was all that took part right in that place that day and night.
Well, I got arrested.
Now,
And they took me to
you got arrested.
the Inkster police station, and the Michigan police did,
Okay, I'm gonna let you
and
go.
they
That's
left.
not. We left. The first time we were out there is what you're talking about.
It might have been.
And the second time when we, that sucker went so long. We didn't get no food ourselves.
Now, here's
The first set of people. These turkeys, Maureen, Norm
Thomas.
Norm
Who you
Thomas,
saying?
and
It was a bunch of us, and they took us to
on
the
east
Inkster.
side, one time, we had ordered pizza before we got arrested, and we looked around. Ed Rowe was hollering, "Hell, there's rats in these places." And then looked over there, and we saw Jen, Maureen, Nida, and all of them. They were eating our pizza.
Oh, you talking about when you all got arrested in public housing? You were in there. That's that police officer. Her name, what was her name? Officer Waters, Bridges, something having to do with water. And you and her had.
Yeah,
You remember her?
We had it.
You know, and she said something, and you said something back. But that's when you and Jen got arrested, and y'all were in the public housing. Well, at least one of the times, you know.
There was so many.
You know, Brewster or something. Jeffries.
We were on the east side.
Brewster, Parkside, something.
It was on a day that we celebrate Martin Luther King or something like that.
Well, I'm going back to Romulus, because that Romulus
You just be
situation
quiet.
made me crazy.
She made us crazy.
After 5 days, and the state police dropped us off at the Inkster
did.
Police Department. You remember? Because the Inkster Police Department refused to arrest us.
They were giving us food every day.
Yes, they were bringing food. And aren't you going to arrest us? We're not. Oh, God. And that was,
We told them, bring
who
your
told
family
us that?
and
That
all
was
of
you
them
and
up here.
Yvette telling us that. The Inkster police going to come and stop this, so we ain't going to be out here a day or so. And by day number 5, I had pain in every muscle in my body. And calling, trying to get, we didn't have no cell phones, trying to get somebody at the front desk.
We used to dot the phones on the desk.
That's what I was saying. We was calling the police, and Sam Chambers. Sam Chambers was the head of the Wayne County Welfare Department. The police are not going to arrest y'all. You need to know that. Oh, Sam, what do you mean?
It wasn't Sam.
Well, that's who you were calling.
Yeah, I was calling him to tell him to get these people problems taken care of, because those people, the workers, were not doing it.
Well, after that 5-day activity, I was so very ready. Okay, thank you very much. I was so very ready, and we made such a splash. I think things started to change after that, because we were clear. We're going to hold this office until y'all change.
And I was so proud of everybody. It was really proud. The only thing I didn't like, I didn't get none of that pizza that day.
Oh, man.
Ed and all of us, and Miss she's passed away too. One of the oldest people that was in the welfare rights. She said, "We're not gonna get nothing to eat." I said, "In the natives."
Yes, not. You have 20 seconds to say goodbye.
Oh, this has been a wonderful day. I hope that you end up joining in with us to take back what is ours. Start organizing those, whatever you want to, but the thing is, get your street together.
Do something. All right, we're out of time. This is the Welfare Rights Broadcast. If you need some information, call us at the office, 313-964-0618. Up until then, we'll see you next Friday. Don't forget, turkeys today, 14601 DeQuinder, Second Ebenezer Church. So, Marion, say goodbye.
See you.
Goodbye.